At the notary's office, the wife smiled knowingly as she watched her ex-husband and his mistress, utterly clueless about the fate sealed for them in the will. Be me, Maxwell Thompson. Living in small town near Burlington, Vermont. Work at local newspaper, so I hear all the interesting stories. Want to tell you about the greediest man I've ever known. Story starts about a year ago. There's this rich family in town, the Morrisons. Franklin Morrison Sr. used to be some big-shot government official, made a fortune in real estate development. His son Harrison is a piece of work. Literally spending his life waiting for his dad to die. Just wants that sweet inheritance money. Harrison's been dreaming about what he'll buy. Talks about getting a Porsche 911. Wants designer suits from Milan. Plans to buy a collection of luxury watches. Has this whole list of expensive stuff. But there's one problem. His dad just won't die. Keeps living his best life. Harrison's getting more bitter every day. Complains to his wife Eleanor constantly. She's actually a decent person, works hard. Takes care of their kids while Harrison does nothing. Won't even get regular job. Always says I wasn't born to work for others. Eleanor begs him to find stable employment. Wants some regular income for family. Harrison just ignores her. Keeps waiting for that inheritance. Meanwhile, his dad's getting concerned. Worried Harrison will waste all the family fortune. Decides to do something about it. A couple months ago, Franklin Sr. called family meeting. Invited everyone except Harrison and his wife. Even invited Eleanor's sister who lives with them. She's been staying there due to health issues. Everyone gathered in his huge oak-paneled study. Old grandfather clock ticking in the corner. Franklin Sr. looks serious, starts speaking to everyone. My dear family, I feel my time is getting shorter. Need to tell you all something important. Still able to make decisions while I can. We all know Harrison's behavior is disgusting. Getting worse every single day. I've made decision to disinherit him completely. Dead silence fills the room. Can only hear that antique clock ticking. Nobody dares to say anything. Franklin Sr. continues speaking. All my estate will be divided among everyone present here. But please, this must remain secret. Don't tell Harrison anything about this meeting. Everyone promises to keep quiet. Catherine, his daughter, speaks up. Even if Harrison tries to torture it out of us, we'll stay silent like resistance fighters. Everyone's surprised by Franklin's decision, but they understand it's his right. Nobody argues with him. After meeting, Franklin Sr. starts preparing his will. Feels good about his decision. Thinks he made right choice. Says to himself, at least I won't be rolling in my grave. Knowing my fortune went to wrong hands, it's Harrison's own fault. If he wasn't such a terrible son, this wouldn't happen. But Franklin's satisfaction doesn't last long. Everything changes when Eleanor finally has enough. She files for divorce from Harrison, takes their 2 kids, Oliver and Henry, moves straight to Franklin Sr.'s house, where they're always welcome. Find them sitting with suitcases on his doorstep. Franklin Sr. isn't even surprised, just sighs heavily seeing them there. Was wondering when you'd finally leave him? They just nod silently. Come in quickly, he tells them. Getting worried about snowstorm coming. Heavy snowflakes already starting to fall, threatening to blanket whole neighborhood. Eleanor and kids are relieved to be inside. Thank goodness we made it here in one piece. Can you believe the taxi driver dropped us at wrong address? We had to wander in dark looking for your house. I would have picked you up, says Franklin Sr. But not many drivers work in this weather. Come into living room, fireplace is warm. I'll make some tea. They follow him inside. Grateful for warmth after being in cold so long. Had to walk nearly 2 miles in snow. Taxi driver got confused in the dark, mixed up the house numbers. Only realized mistake after car left. Had to trudge through snow rest of way. Boys, sit by fireplace and warm up, Eleanor tells kids. They obediently settle near fire. Put their cold feet close to protective screen. Blissful warmth slowly spreads through their bodies. Franklin Sr. busy in kitchen making tea. Few minutes later brings out fancy silver tray. Has teacups and shortbread cookies? Here you go, he says, placing tray on table. Help yourself. If I'd known you were coming, would have bought more snacks from store. This is perfect, Eleanor assures him. We're not picky eaters. Tea tastes amazing, especially good warming their cold hands. Cookies disappear quickly. Growing boys need refueling after all that unexpected walking. Thank you so much, Eleanor whispers, eyes looking down at her cup. Don't be silly, father-in-law says firmly. You're family. Where else would you go if not here? Eleanor's heart fills with warmth. So wonderful to have safe place in hard times. She looks around house. Everything feels cozy and peaceful. Wood crackling in fireplace. Ancient clock ticking steadily. Outside window snow falling in big flakes, drifting slowly to ground, covering everything in white blanket. Snowflakes dance through air. Some land on tree branches, making them look like Christmas decorations. Others settle softly on rooftops, making neighborhood look magical. Street lamps make snow sparkle. Creates feeling of enchantment. Even Chester, the old German shepherd, Watching from his doghouse seems content. Oliver asks his mom how long they'll stay. Grandfather went to kitchen for more tea. I'll be honest with you, Eleanor says quietly. We can't solve our housing situation yet. We'll have to stay here for now. There's nowhere else for us to go. God willing, things will work out. Meanwhile, Harrison's actually happy about family leaving. Thinks he got lucky getting rid of them. Finally free of all the freeloaders at once. Didn't even expect such luck, he exclaims. Finding out wife and kids left apartment and aren't planning to return. Immediately calls Sophia. Met her at nightclub other night. She's a model with legs that go on forever. After few rings, sleepy female voice answers. Who's this? It's Harrison. We met at Starlight Club. Exchanged numbers, remember? Oh, it's you, she answers disappointedly. Had too much champagne that night. Can't remember if you were trying to get me drunk or if it was other way around. Well, I ordered couple drinks when you asked, Harrison admits. Like honest gentlemen with no ulterior motives. Sure you did, Sophia grumbles. You men are all the same. I'm not like others, Harrison tries joking, but she cuts him off. Why did you call? Want me to pay for drinks you bought? Harrison starts smooth talking. Made that noble gesture from my heart. Calling because I want to invite you over. Celebrating my freedom from social chains. You're calling at 3 a.m. Your party girl thought you'd understand. Forget it then, Harrison says disappointedly. Wait, Sophia stops him before hanging up. You don't seem to need lessons in wooing girls. Your marriage must have taught you something. But you'll have to make it up to me, she smirks. So should I expect you today? Text me exact address. That's more like it, Harrison exclaims. 2 hours later, Sophia arrives at his place. Looks around apartment suspiciously. Thought there'd be other people here. It's private party, just us two, Harrison laughs. What are you, stuck in 90s or something? I'm not that old, Harrison gets offended. Just lightly used, like luxury car. Yeah, driven hard from coast to coast, Sophia smirks. Despite her snarky comments, Sophia stays overnight. By breakfast time, she has bigger plans. Ready to share, not just apartment, but rest of Harrison's life too. Harrison brags about his upcoming inheritance. Tells her about his dad's poor health. My old man's gonna die soon. All his property will be mine. We can live like royalty together. You'll be swimming in luxury with me. I'll fulfill your every wish. New wardrobe every day. Designer clothes, jewelry, fancy gadgets. Vacation at best resorts worldwide. Anything you want. Sophia doesn't know Harrison well, but she knows about his father. Rich ex-government official turned real estate mogul. She's already done her research. Morrison family well known in town. Not hard to dig up info about potential boyfriend. Decides to do more digging at nail salon. Goes to see her manicurist, Jennifer. Hi, Jenny, thought I'd drop by. No line today. Perfect timing to fix these nails. They're looking a bit rough. Polish is chipping. Jennifer agrees to do her nails. Exactly what Sophia wanted. Settles in for manicure and gossip. You get a lot of rich clients here? Any Morrison family members come in? You mean the Morrisons? The family with the real estate empire? Yeah, that's them, Sophia admits. Franklin Sr.'s daughter comes sometimes. Needed nails done for some event. Found me by accident first time. Liked my work, so she came back. We exchanged numbers. I'm always available for her. What about his son Harrison? Oh, him? Jennifer rolls eyes. He's just money-hungry vulture. No surprise, really, with Daddy's fortune. Sophia's satisfied with answers. Goes home full of hopes. Thinks she scored big catching Harrison. Between champagne glasses at club, waiting for inheritance he keeps talking about, but everything changes a couple months later. Franklin Sr. falls ill suddenly. Health deteriorates rapidly. He's just 2 months after writing will... Family shocked by how quick it happened. Nobody expected him to go so soon. Harrison puts on grim face for funeral. Endures all stages of mourning ceremonies. Can barely wait for them to finish. Rushes to family lawyer very next day. Wants to file inheritance claim immediately. Enters law office looking smug. Hello, William, he says confidently. Lawyer looks up from his desk. Harrison, please accept my condolences. Franklin was remarkable, man. Such a personality has left us. Unfortunately, best always leave too soon. God must have his own plans. What brings you here today? It's simple. Need you to process inheritance. Let me see what you have there. William Preston reviews documents carefully. I accept your application. If you don't have additional documents, you may go about your business. Application is accepted. I won't detain you further. Lawyer accepts potential heir's application, but says nothing about actual will. What about inheritance details? Harrison tries asking. I will notify you within statutory deadlines. Certificate of inheritance rights issued after 6 months. From date of inheritance opening, meaning moment of testator's death. Lawyer uses official professional tone. Harrison tries to object, completely discouraged by this turn of events. I've already explained everything. William cuts him off firmly. I can't help you further today. Have appointments with other clients. Need to get back to work. Harrison has to swallow his discontent. Leaves office but doesn't go straight home. Dark thoughts start creeping in, like poisonous toads strangling him. 6 more months of waiting. Can't even start living life I dreamed of. Barely waited for old man to die. Now another 6 months delay. Sophia won't like this at all. Thinks about it all night. Decides to take action next morning. Shakes sleeping Sophia roughly by shoulder. Wake up, babe. We need to go siege that stubborn lawyer. Always saying he can't help us. But we'll make him change his mind. I haven't even gotten out of bed. Sophia complains sleepily. You're dragging me somewhere early morning. You know I hate rush mornings. Have to look perfect before going anywhere. We're not going to fashion show. Harrison snaps at her. Just need to pressure that mossy old stump. He doesn't care what you look like. I'll see you, he'll see you. That's enough for today. But I can't go out if I don't like my reflection. Then don't look in mirror at all. Problem solved? Less you know, better you sleep. Sophia gets annoyed at Harrison's attitude. Can't understand why he's pushing so hard. There's hundreds of thousands at stake here. Don't you realize what's on the line? I'll buy you 100 new outfits when we win. Just need some time to get ready. Can't go out looking like this. Breakfast is most important meal. Can't skip it according to my nutritionist. She helps me stay in shape. Nothing will happen if you skip one breakfast. It's actually good for your figure. Ask your nutritionist about that. We need to convince that old fossil to give us certificate earlier. Sophia snaps back angrily. Why would he give it to us early? Harrison starts ranting. Dad probably left me some tiny amount just to keep those beggars and family quiet. Why should I wait 6 months? Not like he can change will from afterlife. Sophia has to agree with logic. That's why you need to move those beautiful legs. Let's go claim what's rightfully ours. Harrison slaps her playfully. She laughs flirtatiously. Goes to get ready. 2 hours later, wannabe Bonnie and Clyde arrive. Start making demands at law office. Listen carefully at this firm. We only see clients by appointment. Unless you have documents proving special status. Honey, you don't understand. We're VIP clients here. Have special service program. Don't care about your general queue. Just tell William that Harrison Morrison is here. Mom, you're clearly not bright as bulb. It's written all over your face. How dare you? Secretary stammers, voice shaking with outrage. Secretary shouldn't philosophize. Harrison keeps mocking her. Not your strong suit. Just go tell your boss we're here. Make everything nice and clean. Leave now or I'm calling police, Secretary says as loudly as she can. Ooh, I'm so scared. Harrison smirks smugly. Go ahead and call them. I'll tell them how you violate citizens' rights, how you're rude to clients. Secretary turns white then red. Doesn't know what to say. Sophia stands there during whole argument, looking at her manicured nails like bored camel. Other visitors whispering in corners. Nobody dares step in. No one wants to confront the bully. Secretary swallows her resentment. Goes to report incident to her boss. William is meeting with another client. Both look up when door suddenly opens. Yes, Margaret, what is it? Sorry to disturb you, sir. Harrison Morrison is here with some girl. They're causing scene in reception, acting very aggressive, demanding to see you without appointment. On what grounds? William asks. They claim to be VIP clients. Say they have special service privileges. Margaret explains fearfully. Keeps glancing at other client in room. Who told them that? William continues. I don't know, sir. They just insisted. I tried explaining about appointments. Told them only privileged clients skip queue. But they wouldn't listen. Margaret almost crying now. I see, William says thoughtfully. If we give in now, they'll think they have special rights. Margaret, please tell our uninvited guests. They can only get appointment for tomorrow. Next available slot and schedule? Yes, Mr. Preston. I understand. I'll tell them. Margaret closes door carefully. So when do we get seen? Harrison smirks nastily. I can schedule you for next available time. Margaret tries staying professional. You don't know who you're dealing with? If you don't get it, just say so. I'll go talk to your boss myself. Harrison threatens in street slang. Mr. Preston is with scheduled client now. Someone who made proper appointment and arrived on time. You can also make appointment. Come at agreed date and time, Margaret explains patiently. You're out of your mind, you pencil pusher. Spent hour explaining Preston knows me well. My late father was his client. Now you're getting police involved? Margaret raises voice slightly. That's right. If you won't calm down, I'll have to call authorities. Harrison sees he's getting nowhere. Fine, sign us up for next day. If you can't offer anything better, next available slot is Monday at 11 a.m., Margaret informs coldly. Q here's like waiting list for heaven, Harrison complains bitterly. I'll join father in grave before seeing lawyer. You can visit any other law office. In town or outside city limits, Margaret reminds him. Love to, but inheritance files here. What good is another lawyer? Sorry, can't help you any other way, Margaret adds dryly. Don't think you're getting away with this. Remember Monday and don't try blocking me. When I come for appointment, couple gives other clients contemptuous look. Storms out of office. Margaret sighs with relief. These difficult clients stressed everyone. On way home in taxi, Harrison complains nonstop. Rants about bureaucracy and red tape. Why should I beg some miserable lawyer? Just to get paper for what's already mine. Can anyone explain this to me? Sophia tries calming him. Well, they have rules. What can you do? They could make exception for me. Dad's friend won't even see me without appointment. Guess I'll wait as long as needed. What else can I do? Harrison mutters rest of way home. Nobody really listening to him. Waits for Monday like it's Judgment Day. Checks clock every 30 minutes. Spends 3 days on edge. Barely sleeps at all. Gets dark circles under eyes. Looks like Panda now. Harrison, you look bit scary. Should use some eye cream. Or at least wear sunglasses outside. People might think you're sick. Might test you for infectious diseases. Sophia eyes boyfriend's pale face worriedly. Notes 2 large blue-black circles under eyes. Sophia, don't push me. Harrison grits teeth. Stop talking nonsense and get ready. We're going to lawyer again today. Unless you've forgotten, sometimes feels like you have memory of goldfish. Nothing stays there more than 3 seconds. Actually, you're wrong about fish memory. Scientists proved fish remember quite well. They can even recognize people's faces. You keep talking to me like that. You'll go to lawyer alone. I won't help you anymore. Can't even take jokes now. Harrison tries sounding nicer. Doesn't want to fight alone today. 2 is more fun than 1, but their Bonnie and Clyde act. Doesn't work out this time. Show up at law office right at 11. Our holy place still untaken. Harrison almost sings with joy. 1 moment, please. I'll inform Mr. Preston of your visit, Margaret says politely. Presses intercom button. Distinct crackle comes through speaker. Margaret, is 11 o'clock appointment here? Yes, Harrison Morrison. Send him in. Harrison enters office triumphantly. Sophia follows, immediately striking pose. Throws leg over leg like model shot. What's purpose of your visit? William asks professionally. Good morning to you, too. Harrison grins widely. Why so disrespectful to visitors? Didn't your parents teach manners? Hello, William replies stiffly. Again, what brings you here today? Come on, you can't be that dense, Harrison chuckles. Want to play guessing games now? William raises eyebrows slightly. You don't understand why people visit lawyers? Visitor keeps laughing. Sorry, don't have time for this. Please state your business clearly. Related to legal matters I handle. What's wrong with my statement? Explained everything when you took application. Already told you inheritance process. Takes 6 months from death date. Not even 1 month passed yet. So please go home. Give Mr. Preston peace. But William, you were Dad's friend. Know our whole family. Can't you give that certificate earlier? Harrison asks directly. Tired of dancing around subject. Sure, there must be solution. Inheritance certificate can be issued early if there's reliable data, showing no other potential heirs exist or no other heirs to specific property parts. William explains carefully. That's fantastic, Harrison rejoices. Knew there had to be way, if you try hard enough. Who told you these rules apply to your case? William replies calmly. What do you mean? Harrison looks bewildered. I'm his only son, so I must be only heir. I know for fact your father has daughter. These rules don't apply here. What, Catherine? Harrison starts to panic. She can't be heir. Dad never liked her much. Always wanted son as real heir. That's what I am. Irrelevant to case, William responds coldly. If no more questions, your time is up. Watching your theatrical performance makes me dizzy. With friends like you, who needs enemies? Harrison storms toward exit, furious at losing control. Takes long, angry strides. Suddenly crashes into someone. Woman standing by reception desk. Didn't see her turning around. It's Eleanor, his ex-wife. He freezes in confusion. What are you doing here? Harrison asks, surprised. Can't I have personal business? What right do you have to ask? Eleanor shrugs dismissively. Sticking your long nose where it doesn't belong. Leaves office before ex-husband recovers. Harrison stands there dumbfounded. Sophia following close behind. You're crazy about other women. Staring at them like that? Who's this old bag anyway? Harrison's still in trance. That's Eleanor, my ex-wife. Oh, great. You're hitting on your ex. Right in front of me, Sophia shrieks across lobby. Never been so humiliated. Storms out of office. Slams front door loudly. Bright winter sun blinds her. She squints for a few seconds, shields eyes with hand. Starts walking toward taxi stand. Doesn't notice small snowdrift. Accidentally kicks it with designer boot. loses balance completely, tries grabbing something. Hand finds nothing but air, falls right into snowbank, raises cloud of snow. Laughter erupts behind her. Learning to swim in snow very creatively. Harrison keeps laughing, still flailing around in snowbank. Why don't you help me up? You seem to be doing fine on your own. Fine, you wild beast. Don't need your help anyway. Sophia grumbles angrily, gets on her knees, tries to stand up, but expensive boot soles, no match for hidden ice under snow. Her feet keep sliding around. Harrison isn't just laughing now. He's howling with laughter, holding his stomach, tears in his eyes. This is better than television. Could watch this forever. Only risk dying from laughter. Barely squeezes words out. Sophia continues desperate attempts, panting like scared cat, face down in snow, looking like failed yoga pose. Harrison, finally tired of laughing, decides to help her up, but she keeps struggling. After a few minutes of chaos, they both crash into snowdrift. You're such idiot. Can't get up yourself. Won't let me help either. Harrison scolds while getting up. Shaking off snow, they return home in silence, both soaked from repeated falls. Sophia gives Harrison silent treatment until late night, ignoring his attempts to talk. You know what I was thinking? Suspicious that Eleanor's hanging around lawyer. Got bad feeling about this. Why are you still sulking? Not saying anything? Harrison pokes Sophia lying next to him. She maintains stubborn silence, only groans louder. Come on, what's wrong with you? Harrison getting nervous. Your childish grudges. No time for this drama. Let's get ready. Have breakfast. Go back to that crafty William. Make him explain why Eleanor was there. Sophia wants to argue more. Quote boyfriend's own words back. But Harrison too impulsive. Might lead to bigger fight. After 2 hours. Lovebirds again besieging law office. Hello again, my favorite secretary. Harrison says with fake smile. Schedule for today completely full. No free slots left, Margaret replies dryly. Where are you getting all these clients? Harrison amazed. Must be explosion at clone factory. Making copies just to fill your schedule. Nobody noticed new rubber stamp people. What do you want from me? Why keep picking on me? Just need to see lawyer. You always stop me. We have visiting rules. Already told you no appointments today. Can sign up for any other free day, Margaret explains patiently, trying hard not to say mean things back. There you go with rules again. Harrison about to argue more. Familiar female voice from behind. Hello, I had 10 o'clock appointment. Harrison turns sharply, comes face to face with Eleanor again. Still spying on me, ex-husband? Still poking nose in my business? None of your concern. Eleanor cuts him off coldly, turns on heels, walks straight to lawyer's office. Harrison turns back to Margaret, so she gets to see lawyer. But I'm not allowed. What kind of discrimination is this? I'll file complaint. You'll all be sorry. You'll be looking for new jobs soon. I have serious doubts about your sanity, Margaret responds calmly. This woman had appointment, made it properly herself. You come without appointment, demand to skip waiting list. Can you see difference? Don't lecture me. Why is my ex-wife here twice already, sneaking around like this? I have no right to share such information. It's confidential. She's my wife, I have right to know. Harrison insists. You said yourself she's ex-wife. Doesn't change anything. No right to access materials about her. Whether ex-wife or not, everything clear now. All conspired together. Harrison concludes dramatically. Turns to bored-looking Sophia. We need lawyer consultation. Storms out of office again. Long-legged girlfriend barely keeps up. Even with her model stride. Harrison scanning street signs. Finally spots flashing arrow. Attorneys at law. Heads straight for target. Sophia struggling to keep up. Her expensive boots not made for speed walking. Dealing with slush-covered sidewalks. While Harrison charges ahead, he's already pushing open office door. Steps into spacious room. Several desks with lawyers working diligently. Harrison gives a praising look. Scanning potential help. Women lawyers out immediately. Mutters to himself. Don't need lawyer and skirt. Their answers depend on weather and mood. Looks at male options. Middle-age seems best. Not too young to be an experienced rookie. Not too old to tire quickly. Makes his choice. Walks to desk where lawyer his age sits. Hello, Harrison says. Hello, please have seat. What can I help you with? Got situation here. Harrison starts explaining. My father recently passed a better world. Trying to get inheritance certificate. Before 6 months pass, but stubborn lawyer won't give it. Is that legal? Are there other heirs? Lawyer asks. Well, there's my sister, but doubt old man left her anything substantial. See, daddy always wanted boy. Always said he needed proper heir. Sister Catherine was disappointment. Maybe left her antique watch she liked. I don't mind that. Let her take pathetic trinket and leave. Why should I suffer waiting? Please explain. If your sister is an unworthy heir, She's equally valid heir like you, until proven otherwise. What's unworthy heir? Harrison's suddenly interested. Citizens don't inherit by law or will. If they made willful unlawful actions against testator or other heirs, or against execution of last will, if they tried to increase their share or get others to inherit, and if circumstances are confirmed. Need to know anything else? Lawyer clarifies carefully. Also, citizens who testator restored rights to, after losing inheritance rights, can still inherit property by will. Court can remove from inheritance. Citizens maliciously avoiding obligations to support testator. Lawyer explains thoroughly. How do I know if my sister qualifies as unworthy heir? Any criminal cases against her? I wouldn't know. Harrison replies thoughtfully. Even if something happened, she wouldn't tell me. I'd be last person she'd share with. Well, then we can't determine if she's unworthy heir or not. Maybe you heard something about your sister doing wrong to father? Nothing like that. She's always quieter than mouse. What kind of criminal would she be? Lawyer nods, understanding. What am I supposed to do? Recommend waiting required time. Legal inheritance deadline. Means waiting another 5 months. No other way? Lawyer clarifies. Since you haven't provided additional info, then yes, that's correct. You haven't lived up to expectations. Harrison grumbles, stares sadly out window. Snow falling again, white flakes dancing hypnotically. Harrison breaks from snow-induced trance, turns back to lawyer. How much do I owe for consultation? We have minimum rate, $1,000 per question. How many questions did I ask? Harrison horrified. No, you misunderstood. Lawyer hurries to explain. Question means one legal situation, one dispute or problem. Additional questions included in total. If consultation under 1 hour, if longer additional time charge applies, well, we were within 10 minutes, Harrison notes. No discount for quick understanding? Sorry, $1,000 minimum. I don't set prices. Management does. Money goes to general cashier. I'll write receipt. Take to our accountant. She's at end of hallway. Here's your receipt. Harrison pays receipt. Steps out into frosty winter day. Realizes Sophia disappeared. Decides to wear down law office by visiting every single day. Impatient heir literally exhausts staff, including lawyer himself. Wants certificate before legal term. Finally forgets why he started coming. Visits become daily ritual. 5 months fly by like single day. Lawyer notifies all parties. Need to appear for will reading. To Harrison's great surprise, huge crowd of relatives shows up. People he hasn't cared about lately. What's this circus about? Harrison outraged seeing packed room. Why are all these people here? Lawyer ignores him. Starts reading, Will. I, Franklin Morrison Sr., born December 5th, 1960. Male, born in Burlington, Vermont. ID number 123-456789. Registered at 25 Maple Street. Hereby make following disposition. Clause 1 of my property, namely apartment at 10 Pine Avenue. Total area 50 square meters. Unit 12. I bequeath to my wife, Helen Morrison. Born May 10th, 1970. Harrison's face darkens like storm cloud. Didn't expect stepmother getting anything. Old man apparently thought ahead. Lawyer continues reading. Clause 2 of my property, namely apartment at same address. Unit 15, total area 60 square meters. I bequeath to my daughter, Catherine. Born June 1st, 1980. Stop! Harrison interrupts. Apartments are gone now? Comrade lawyer. Maybe your eyes getting weak? People invented glasses long ago. Lawyer ignores rude comments. Continues reading steadily. Clause 3 of my property, namely 2020 Tesla Model 3. I bequeath to my daughter's husband, Richard Walker, born August 3rd, 1979. That mangy jackal. Harrison can't contain himself. Not only gets apartment, but also car from daddy's garage. Lawyer maintains monotone voice. Clause 4 of my property, namely summer cottage with outbuildings, located at 1 Lakeview Road, Pine Grove Community. I bequeath to my wife's niece, Diana Lawrence, born April 15th, 1985. That's when Harrison loses it completely. What the hell is this? My crazy old man giving away my inheritance to who knows who. This charity case lived in our house. Now gets fat chunk of property. Citizens, please maintain silence. Lawyer calls for order. Clause 5, money funds. I bequeath in equal shares to all my grandchildren. Stop, Harrison shouts again. Nerves completely shot. All money going to grandchildren. They're all minors. Who will manage their money? Citizens. All questions after reading. Now continuing with will. Clause 6, my country house. Total area 100 square meters. Located at 15 Highland Drive. I bequeath to my daughter-in-law, Eleanor Morrison. Clause 7, all remaining assets. I bequeath to Helping Hands Foundation. According to Civil Code Section 1149. Lawyer explained text to me, written from my words. Read by me personally, in presence of lawyer, before signing. Will made in duplicate, 1 copy stays with lawyer. 2nd copy given to testator. So what do I get? Harrison asks, bewildered. You, my dear Harrison Morrison. Lawyer can't hide satisfaction. Got whole from donut. Your father divided everything, among all relatives here. Even gave to his niece. Wanted wife to have her own corner. After his death, even Charity Foundation got share of testator's generosity. You, on other hand, he completely disinherited, and he had every right. Why are you all playing dumb? What's really going on? This must be some kind of joke. Dad couldn't do this to me. He was difficult but not crazy. You all conspired together, forged his will. I'll show you all. I'll expose everything. Of course he thought father should leave everything to him. Not other relatives, but nothing he could do now. Will properly executed, disinherited son in total shock. Not holding back words. Bunch of vultures gathered here. Dividing what's mine. Didn't even have to kill the old bear. He did it himself. Gave everything to little rats. Old witch gets apartment. When vocabulary runs out, starts throwing things. Lawyer presses emergency button. Police arrive quickly. Officers escort violent visitor. Take him to nearest station. I'm entitled to 1 phone call. Harrison broadcasts from cell. You're violating my rights. Each of you will answer for this. Remember my words. Screams and yells continue for over 30 minutes. Harrison getting more furious, shouting and swearing. Can't do anything else. Makes him even angrier. Finally, officer gets tired. Hands him work phone. Remember exactly 1 call. If can't connect, that's your problem. Harrison nods. Takes business card from pocket. Starts dialing with shaking fingers. Number on card rings long time. Damn it, pick up. Whispers desperately. Not now, please. Just don't ignore call. Finally, male voice answers. Sounds annoyed. Who is this? Thank God, Andrew. This is Harrison Morrison. Came for inheritance consultation recently. Remember? Dad was government official. Thing is, I'm in jail now. Need your help. This is pure lawlessness. Was at lawyer's office. Made bit of scene. They called security. Brought me here for no reason. Which precinct exactly? Don't know precise location? Near Preston's law office. Yes, that's right. I'll wait here. Harrison hands phone to officer. Lawyer asked not to do anything. Until he arrives, officer says sarcastically. As you say, Your Highness. Half hour later, lawyer shows up, talks to department chief. Gets client released quickly. Andrew, you're miracle worker. Harrison thanks him, shaking hand vigorously. Nothing special. Just doing my job. Got another case for you. Inheritance reading today? Old man didn't leave me single penny. Need your expertise? Can't tell immediately. Need to review documentation. Can't give answer right away. Well, when can you start? I'll try checking files tomorrow. See if there's anything to work with. After finalizing contract. Lawyer studies inheritance file thoroughly. Makes several medical inquiries. But finds no promising leads. Keeps working until realizes. Case completely dead. Won't get paid by questionable client. After a while, Andrew Kropotkin simply stops responding to calls. Got partial payment for work done, but taking more cases with outstanding balance on initial services. Not something lawyer wants to do. Better cut losses early. If game goes negative, you lose more money. Andrew decides wisely. Safely blocks Harrison's number. Week after failed attempts to reach lawyer, Harrison senses something wrong. That rat abandoned me. Good thing I didn't pay him more, but frustrating anyway. When lawyer smells trouble, he runs away. I'll find another lawyer. When Harrison discovers lawyer's escape, starts thinking about future, realizes without inheritance, he'll have to get actual job, start living on his own means. This thought absolutely unacceptable. My mom didn't raise me to bend over backwards for others, was supposed to have rich ancestor, not walk around working like bunch of losers. Below my level, Harrison reasons, feeling sorry for himself. Now needs some kind of support, but fought with everyone, nowhere to expect help from. Only shallow Sophia left. At least she doesn't have brains to pull any tricks. Harrison consoles himself, but missing lawyer not only problem. Back in apartment, after another unsuccessful day, looking for lawyer to take case without payment, discovers Sophia not home. Didn't say she was going out. What a jerk. Can't even call to warn me. Harrison paces apartment, corner to corner, tries calling girlfriend. No one answers. After a while, instead of rings, operator message plays. Subscriber temporarily unavailable. What's happening to me? Like someone put curse on me. Total bad luck everywhere. Dials. Sophia's number again. Same operator message. Subscriber temporarily unavailable. What the hell? Harrison shouts angrily. Throws phone at opposite wall. Armored glass cracks. Plastic cover shatters. Goes into bedroom. Opens wardrobe doors. Gut feeling confirmed. Sophia's things missing. All shelves and hangers empty. Where her clothes used to pile up. Taking so much space. Barely room for his stuff. Hastily looks around. Searches desperately for any trace. A female presence. No makeup scattered on dressing table. No clothes on floor or bed. None of Sophia's numerous belongings, usually spread across apartment. Nothing left. Harrison finally realizes he's completely alone with his misfortune and misery. Slowly sinks to floor. Stares into void with glassy eyes. Sits like that until almost morning. Body finally shuts down. Falls into deep, dreamless sleep. More like passing out. Wakes up next morning, like crazy person, with splitting headache. Finally understands. His life ruined. By his own stupidity and greed, lost everything he had, gained nothing new. Like old woman in fairy tale, left with broken trough, Harrison smirks sadly. Meanwhile, Eleanor and kids, preparing for beach vacation. Haven't had family trip in long time, feel they deserve this break. Boys running around excited, pushing each other playfully, getting in mom's way while packing. Boys, if you're not helping, at least don't interfere. Eleanor scolds them mildly. Can't stay angry long, thinks to herself. When will they have time to be children? If always told to be quiet, let them enjoy childhood. Finally, bags packed. Call taxi for airport. First time traveling abroad, Eleanor has mixed feelings. Excitement about crossing borders. Fear of flying. New emotions fighting inside her. Between thrill and anxiety. Tries staying calm. Doesn't want kids sensing her nervousness. At airport, everything new and strange. She watches other passengers carefully. Trying to figure out proper behavior. When boarding announced, follows crowd to plane, takes deep breath. Follows children down jetway. Settles into window seat. Looks through small porthole. As plane starts moving, feels heart beating faster. But when they take off, Eleanor's suddenly filled with delight. Watches ground getting smaller. Excitement overcomes all fear. Oh my goodness. What beautiful sight. How marvelous. Can barely contain wonder. Flight goes smoothly. Soon they land in destination. Steps off plane into new world. Full of different sounds. Strange smells. Vibrant color. Smiles to herself. Realizes all fears were pointless. Eleanor lounging on beach chair. Eyes closed in gentle breeze. Warm sunshine caressing skin. Drifts into pleasant drowsiness. Listening to ocean waves. Seagulls crying overhead. Can hear laughter and conversations. Her son's playful arguments nearby. Doesn't worry about their bickering. Knows they're not really fighting. Feels son's warmth on skin. Energy filling her whole body. Suddenly hears male voice. Excuse me, may I join you? Eleanor opens eyes. Sees tall man standing beside chair. He's lean and athletic. Dark hair catching sunlight. Bright blue eyes like sapphires. Shimmering in sunshine. Most beautiful eyes she's ever seen. Studies man more carefully. Still stunned by mesmerizing sight. Eleanor nods silently. Man sits down beside her. They start talking. Learn his name is Marcus. So glad to meet fellow Americans here. First time abroad myself. Wanted to see what vacation's like? In different country. Was bit boring until now. Heard your children talking? Feels like home suddenly. Didn't think I'd get homesick so fast. But here we are. Really love it here, Eleanor replies shyly, bit embarrassed sharing thoughts. With complete stranger. Can't even describe all impressions. Kids are so happy too. First real family vacation in ages. If you don't mind me asking, where's your husband? Marcus inquires carefully. Did he really let such beautiful wife and 2 kids travel alone? No fear of someone stealing you away? No secret, really. Eleanor smiles sadly. Divorced almost a year ago. Kids stayed with me, so nobody worrying about us. Sorry for touching sensitive topic. Marcus starts apologizing. Not sensitive at all, Eleanor assures him quickly. I'm old enough to understand. My husband and I were very different. Marriage was probably a mistake. From very beginning. Then you made right choice. Can't hold on to relationship. That doesn't really exist. You'd lose chance to find something new and truly meaningful. Yes, you're probably right. Eleanor agrees thoughtfully. What are your vacation plans? Marcus asks friendly. Want to spend few days on beach? Enjoying sea and sun? Eleanor answers. Then plan to choose some interesting excursions. Haven't decided which ones yet. So many new things to see here. Options overwhelming. Would you think it forward? If I offered to be your companion for rest and excursions? Marcus asks shyly, looking at Eleanor with those eyes. How could anyone say no? To tanned fit guy, with such marvelous gaze, Eleanor melting like cheese, left on sun-hot rock, heart fluttering like scared bird. No, don't think so at all. She manages to stutter. Goes along on all walks. Marcus accompanies Eleanor and boys. They spend several days together, walking along shore, swimming in warm water, enjoying delicious food at colorful local restaurants. Eleanor feels happily relaxed, this vacation becoming best one in her life. That evening is sunsetting. Over horizon, they decide take beach walk. Marcus takes Eleanor's hand. They walk slowly, enjoying last sun rays. Evening silence. Eleanor feels heartbeat faster, realizes she's falling in love with this young man. So began their romantic vacation, would forever remain in Eleanor's memory. As one of most beautiful events in her life, trip becomes unforgettable experience for entire Morrison family. They visit many attractions, sample all local cuisine, meet interesting people. Eleanor realizes new experiences can be exciting and inspiring. When time comes to go home, she can't wait for next chance to travel somewhere new. Understanding finally hits her. World is full of amazing places, full of wonderful people. Wants to see as many as possible in her lifetime. Knows this just beginning of new chapter in life, with Marcus by her side and boys growing happier each day. Future looking brighter than ever imagined possible. Back home, she often thinks about how one decision to leave toxic situation led to complete transformation of their family's life. Sometimes best things happen when you're brave enough to make difficult choices and take uncertain paths. That's what Eleanor learned on her first trip abroad, where she found not just new places, but new love and new hope for herself and her children.